Thank you for Patreon now for donating to the Patreon.
Hey guys, it's Vanity Ezel back at it again with another Thera song overview video. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, and shout out, shall we? So, I just got done recording the other Thera song overview for the one on the Thera channel, and whew, that was extremely uncomfortable because I had no idea how I was going to record that because it's been so long since I've recorded one. So, hopefully I can, now that I can just like do my normal voice and stuff like that, let's go ahead and get this started, shall we? So first up, we have our ace card, obviously, for the Nation of Lagro for Whirring Machinery. This is the set 2 song, by the way, and that is Ruinmaker Droid. So, Ruinmaker Droid, like I said before, comes from the Nation of Lagro. Very powerful nation full of robots and more robots. I was trying to think of more descriptive words, and I just remembered there's mostly robots in there. So, this boy has 250 power, he has 1 damage, as per the usual, comes from the Nation of Lagro, like I keep saying. He is a level 3, you know he's going to be powerful when you're level 3! And then when this creature enters the field, destroy all creatures level 2 or lower on the field, on both player sides. So the second he comes out, everything that is not a level 3 is destroyed within 5 seconds. And that is automatically a super good ability. It resets the board more or less to some extent, and makes it so that the only thing standing are him and other level 3s. And to be honest with you, there's only one level 3 currently that stands a chance against Ruinmaker, and that is Michael, Heaven's Advent. And even then, they are sharing the base power, meaning if they're both the only ones left on the field, it's going to be a fight to the death between them. And you might be thinking, that's a really powerful ability, so why is it so good and doesn't cost anything? Well, it can't be summoned from hand. Yep, that sucks. So, you know, that whole comeback thing I was talking about, yeah, kind of can't do anything because it has to be summoned from other means that aren't from the hand. But on the bright side, though, it at least destroys all level 2 or lower creatures. And now you may be wondering, how are you supposed to actually summon this thing if you can't summon it from hand? Well, we will go over that later, but for now, let's go over some cards that benefit the cards that summon this thing. Yeah, we'll go over them first, and then we'll go over the things that summon him. So, first up, we will have the Imitator Droid following. So he is a level 1 with 50 power and 1 damage as per usual, shield icon. And by paying 2, you can choose a level 1 creature from your drop zone, and for this turn, this creature gains the chosen card's abilities until end of turn. So, sadly, he cannot pick Ruinmaker because it specifies level 1s, but to be fair, getting a nuke effect is kind of broken for a level 1 to have that, especially when it would just immediately go off the second it does, and it will nuke itself, but still. So, being able to pick a level 1 from your drop zone is pretty neat because a lot of the cards that can summon Ruinmaker are level 1s, and there's a lot of decent level 1s with good skills, so Imitator Droid being able to copy them is really nice because that means even if you use them up and maybe summoning Ruinmaker the first time, or maybe they just entered the drop zone because you were trying to stall for Ruinmaker, Imitator Droid can just quickly take those skills, and now you can use them to summon Ruinmaker or use them to stall longer. All around, just a good card to have, very generic because it doesn't specify constructs, which is what this song is based around, so just works as a good card, and why not run it as a 4 of. Then we have our Safeguard as per usual following the first 2 cards, and that is Keeper of Technology Shaylee. This edgy purple-haired blue-haired lass, that's the weird thing, her hair changes colors depending on the art. Anyways, construct, level 1, 50 power, 1 damage, Safeguard, discard this card from your hand, stop an attack from an opposing creature. All around, pretty good, just stops an attack, doesn't matter how high the power is, doesn't matter what it's going into, whether it's you or your creature, just a straight up stop the attack. And it's amazing to have it because it makes your guarding a lot easier, and it makes it so that you won't lose the game really quickly. All around, Shaylee's nice to have. Just a good safeguard, and she happens to be a construct too, so you can use her with certain cards in this deck. And our next card we get to show is the Construct Scrap Metal. So also a level 1 with 50 power. If you can't see, this and Sauron seem to have like the power issues because they're the ones with the lowest power. But you know, it's always the case where the ones with the lowest power are the ones with the highest comeback ability. So Scrap Metal, if this card is put into your drop zone, or if this card is in your drop zone when you would combine, you may shuffle this card into your song as a destroyed construct instead. You must destroy the constructs in the combine cost. Okay, what is combine, you may ask? We will get to that in a minute. Yes, this was poorly set up by me, but that's fine. So combine, for the record, is the thing we use to summon Ruinmaker and other constructs from the song. To give you a basic rundown of what combine is before I show you what its real text is, it basically involves you destroying constructs on your field and summoning a creature whose level is equal to the destroyed constructs. For example, if you destroy 3 constructs that were all level 1, you summon a level 3 construct. If you destroy 2 constructs, 1 level 2 and 1 level 1, you still summon a level 3, etc. Like, that's how combine pretty much works. If you destroy 2 level 1s, you get the level 2. You get the point. So Scrap Metal being able to just act as a construct in the drop zone and shuffle itself back is amazing, because not only does that prevent you from decking out, but that also means you can spare one less creature on your destruction abilities and then maintain that creature for the attack of the same turn, or keep it in hand for next turn where you might need it to form another combine. Either way, Scrap Metal's amazing. I really do like him. He also was like a part of this stupid combo I did that's like Yusei Fudo level of stupid. So yeah, 4 of Scrap Metal. Let's go. I might remember to explain that combo at the end of this, but yeah, Yusei Fudo time, baby. 4. You know, actually now that makes sense because it's Scrap Metal and Yusei use Scrap. Oh my god, this is the ultimate Yusei deck. And then we have Spare Parts, the last card before we get to either of the 2 cards that have Combine. So he's a level 1 with 100 power. For some reason, this is the highest powered level 1 and not the more important level 1 that comes right after this, but whatever. This creature's destroyed by Combine, draw a card. Okay, cool. Free draw. You don't have to pay anything, you don't have to discard anything. It's just a free draw if it's using Combine. Honestly, it's nice. I like having him in hand. Too bad I rarely draw into him, but like, he's just good to have. That's a free fucking draw for just using him in the deck's main mechanic. All around, I like it. I think it's a good card. I mean, Scrap Metal over here has proven more bullshit than Spare Parts has, but still, nice card to have, so, you know, standard 4 of. And then we have our first card with Combine. There's a total of 2 of them. This is our second to last creature, by the way. The other one also has Combine. It's a level 1 Construction Droid, construct 50 power, 1 damage as per the usual. And pay 1, choose either to Combine 1 or Combine 2. So just here's the official text for Combine. Destroy a number of constructs on your field equal to the combined value. So for Combine 1, you would only destroy 1 creature. For Combine 2, you destroy 2 creatures. You do not have to pick the card that's using Combine to destroy. Like, for example, if you had Construction Droid and Spare Parts on your field and you use Combine 1, you do not have to destroy Construction Droid. You can just destroy Spare Parts instead of Construction Droid. So there's always that to keep in mind. So it doesn't always have to be the creature that's using it. Anyways, then search your song for a construct whose levels are equal to the sum of the levels of the creatures destroyed this way. Special summon and shuffle your song. So, you know, if you destroyed a single level 1 from Combine 1, you get a level 1. If you destroyed a level 2 from it, you get a level 2. If you destroyed a level 3 from Combine 1, you get a level 3. It's not equal to or less than. It has to be the exact number, which is kind of restrictive, but it's still pretty good though, especially with Combine 2, how you summon your Ruinmaker. There's no card with Combine 3 in the trial song, meaning you have to have at least 2 creatures on the board, and one of them has to be a level 2, which is why Construction Droid and Scrap Metal did a stupid combo that I will explain in a few minutes. But yeah, Combine 2, all around, it's typically what I use, but on occasion, Combine 1 gets stuff done, so all around 4 of Construction Droid. He's one of our few ways to summon a Ruinmaker, and obviously that's important. Then we have our last creature in the song, which is Mender Droid, who is a level 2 with 100 power, 1 damage, pay 2, and choose one of the following 2 to use. Either Combine 2, the same text as before, so you know, you destroy possibly him. Again, you don't have to destroy him, but you destroy 2 creatures on your field, or 2 constructs on your field, combine them together, and then their levels combined equal probably a Ruinmaker, hopefully. Or you heal 1 and destroy this creature. Okay, so benefits to this. 1, it does your deck's main mechanic of being Combine. 2, if you really need that heal, which I rarely use, and by rarely I mean never, but if you really need that heal because maybe you're on the verge of losing and you know you can't win this turn or next turn, you just need that Mender Droid to heal and stall. Mender Droid's your way to go. All around, pretty good. It has that ability to keep you out of death just in case you really need it. And then not to mention the fact that Combine 2 into mainly your Ruinmaker is important. Also the fact that this thing is inherently the most important card in your song, because the only way to summon Ruinmaker in this song without having it on board is to either use Mender Droid or Construction Droid's Combine, and then use Zed Combine while Mender Droid's on the board to get Ruinmaker, because Mender Droid's the only level 2. So there's that, but honestly, it's still nice to have it. It does end up showing up pretty often, and even then, you can still search it out by using Construction Droid to combine 2 level 1s to get this thing. And then, speaking of which, the stupid combo I did, so I had 2, I forgot what my hand was. It was like Construction Droid and 3 other cards, and there was a Ruinmaker in there, so fuck me. But basically, there's a Scrap Metal in my hand, and I was like, I wonder if this will work. So I summoned Scrap Metal, I summoned Construction Droid, I used Construction Droid's ability, pay 1, combine the 2 together to form Mender Droid over here. And then I used Mender Droid to pay 2, and because I had a Scrap Metal in drop, I sent Scrap Metal to deck, or back to song, instead of destroying another construct, and then obviously I still had to destroy Mender Droid because of the Combine 2, and boom, that equals level 3. Yeah, stupidity at its finest, people. Don't mess with Yusei Fudo. This is like next level BS. And then I Ruinmaker their board. Oh wait, sorry. No, before that I did that, I used a certain spell we're about to go over in a second, so yeah, all around, Yusei Fudo, very stupid in this song. This is our version of him. So yeah, 4 Mender Droid, obviously because it's the most important card in this deck, because it's the highest level that isn't Ruinmaker that helps us summon it. And then we go into our spells. So here's the one I was talking about, the thing that I did before I did all that convoluted bullshit, and that is Last Resort. So Last Resort, by paying 4, if you have 2 or less creatures on your field, destroy all creatures on the field, on both sides, obviously, and then deal 1 damage to your opponent. Basically, board nuke. And that's important because being able to, 1, burn your opponent 1 damage is great. But then also the fact that it's a pay 4 makes it so that half your pay goes to this. But it's worth it because if you knew what I did, where I was losing, like, they had 4 creatures on their board and one of them wasn't going to be hit by Ruinmaker. So I last resorted them, dealt them a damage, then did all that convoluted BS, and then I proceeded to Ruinmaker them to death. And because half their board, or sorry, because all the creatures they saw were either in the damage zone at the moment or the cards I just nuked, they couldn't really make a comeback, and then Ruinmaker flat out won me the game. Hell, I was so good at it that I just summoned a second one this following turn just to fuck with them. So, all around, Last Resort, nice card. Very good for board nuking, very good for, stalling if you really need it. Downside is you have to have 2 less creatures, but you can combine half your board away anyway, so all around good card. Downside is there's only 2 of them because obviously we're not going to give you a board nuke in a trial deck. So, 2 of Last Resort. I almost said 4 of Pure Instinct. Then we have my favorite card in this song in terms of arts, Targeted Missile Strike. I love Shaylee from this angle. I don't know why. And I love the missiles, and I love the barrier too. I just love this card in general. Anyways, Targeted Missile Strike, by paying 2, when your opponent's creature attacks, destroy the attacking creature. Cool. Just very simple. Just, you have to have the 2 pay. So a lot of your times, if you're basically on the comeback situation or like you're stalling, you pretty much have a lot of pay to work with. So having to donate 2 isn't really that much of a problem. Targeting Missile Strike just makes your job easy. It just straight up gets rid of the attacking creature. All around, I like this trap. It's good, like I said. It's my favorite art in this song. So for obvious reasons. Then we have our next trap, which is Defensive Maneuvers. This one is the more situational of the 2 traps. Pay 1 when your creature is attacked. Doesn't matter if it's a construct or not. I'm giving you a hint right now. There's more creatures in Lagro than just constructs, but this trial deck was made with constructs in mind, so that's why they only see constructs here. But anyways, when any of your creatures is attacked, it gains 50 power for the battle. Cool, so pay 1, make it the equivalent to like 1 stat buff out. Well, for your level 1s here, it doesn't fucking make a difference because it just puts them on par with other level 1s, except for fucking spare parts for some reason. And then, like, for Mender Droid, it puts them on par with, like, the good level 2s, but otherwise it's just on par with the level 2s already, so, like, it, makes it better than level 2s. And then for Ruinmaker, well, he becomes, like, the strongest creature in the game for 5 seconds. And then you may pay an additional 2 to choose a creature on your opponent's field, and until the end of the turn, it cannot attack you directly. Cool. So in total, by paying 3, 1 card on your board gets plus 50 power for the battle, and then you just lock down one of their cards. Either way, that's honestly pretty good, because even if you know your creature's gonna die, even with that extra 50 power, if you play it right, 1, you can force them to kamikaze their creature into yours, but then 2, even if you can't, you can at least lock down their next creature from attacking you directly, so that leads limits to one of their attacks. Granted, that doesn't do anything if you have another creature that they can hit with that creature, so they're just obviously gonna attack it with that, but it's still good. I like this card. It's nice for defensive maneuvers, because it can slow your opponent down ever so much. If you can't tell, most of the song is dedicated to immediately, like, getting to your boy, and then while you can't get to him, just stall in every conceivable way possible. And then we have our last card that is not a trigger, or the card we've seen before, and that is Extra Funds. So to balance out with Last Resort, this is also at 2 of. So Extra Funds has no maintenance cost or place cost. The second you place it, you can do it for free, and its ability is a cost, but you can just wait to do that whenever you feel like it. Anyways, pay 1 once per turn, choose one of the following 2 abilities that this card will gain for the turn. So either you get, when your creature is special summoned, it gets plus 100 power for the turn, which does a lot, because Ruinmaker, granted, only having 1 card that equals it in power right now, and that's Michael, still brings it to 350, meaning Michael has to drop either a trigger or Ruinmaker can just go, like, punch the hell out of anything that has 50 power. Or, when you activate your Combine ability, draw a card. Yeah, remember that play I said with Yusei Fudo earlier? For the record, I had another Construction Droid in hand, and I would not have been afraid to use it just to draw more cards. Yeah, that would have been total 3 draws right there for no apparent reason. So, actually no, 4, because I have another spare parts to drop. Never mind, I could have gotten 4 draws, sorry, 3 draws, and yeah, still 3 draws, but still, yeah, let's go, Extra Funds, good. Either way, helps add numbers to your creatures, making them bigger, even if you're just, like, even though not much, you can at least pump it up, because, like, even if you can't summon the Ruinmaker, because, at some point you're probably going to run out of Ruinmaker, so having a Mender Droid that's at 200 power, or, like, your normal level ones are, like, 150, it still does something, and then, obviously, when your Combine activates, draw a card. Like, it's a free draw, and if you do what I did, you could get 3 draws out of nowhere, so, yeah, alright, Extra Funds. Don't underestimate it, because it probably will be the reason why your opponent wins if you do. 2 of Extra Funds, just helps get resources, or makes comebacking slightly easier. Then we have our triggers. First up, we have our damage trigger at a 3 of. Yes, I remember. Wait, fuck. Now I'm forgetting if we have 3 damage triggers or 2. No, it's 3. It's 3. I remember this because I remember in the other video I said it was 2 and I was wrong. It's 3. So, okay, anyways, 3 damage triggers. Obviously, the tank fits the theme. Why not? So, 3 damages as standard 50 shield, and then the, you know, when you check it, you deal damage to the opponent. Then we have our draw trigger, schematics a bunch, you know, just standard. If you check it, you draw a card and it has the 100 shield as per usual. And then we have our heal trigger, which is just a nice mess of everything. I like how we had intentionally a different heal in mind for like what the heal trigger should look like, but then when I saw this, I was like, screw that other idea, let's get this on the thing, because I honestly thought it was cool. And yeah, it looks cool as a heal, you know, it's the 150 shield, it has like the combination of Mender Droid, you can see, Construction Droid, this is Imitator Droid, and I have no idea what the hell this is supposed to be, but whatever. Point is, it looks cool, I like it. This is our heal. This is the one time I had to say in the arts, and I was like, yeah, screw y'all guys, we're doing this. So, 5 of the heal, obviously. And then we have our last card, which is something we've seen already, but it's the SP version of our boy, the Ruinmaker Droid. Just look at him. I like that he's like walking through like a fiery-ish background. You can kind of see like the outline of his legs. I have no idea what's happening right now. Okay, either way, that's pretty much most of the song. And then here's the outline. Yeah, I was right. It's 3 damages, 2 draws, and then 5 heals. And that's it for the song. So I hope you guys enjoyed. All around, the song is very entertaining. I remember this was the first song I used when I first started playing Thera, because like that's just the song I ended up using because I thought it was going to be something different. I mean, in the end, I obviously swayed towards Sauron, but yeah, Lagro is still a fun song to use, especially if you're into combo plays. And if you played Yu-Gi-Oh! And you play Synchros, specifically you say Synchros, then this is definitely the song for you because you can do shenanigans equivalent to that. So, without further ado, I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, follow on Twitch. Go subscribe to the Thera channel and ring the bell so, you know, you can watch their videos too, because even though I'm also recording them and editing them, it's at least helpful to see them because sometimes there are differences. And I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to check us out.